After designing smartphones with a notch very similar to the iPhone X, the smartphone makers in the Android space are moving on to something more smaller, something called the waterdrop style notch that houses just the camera, nothing else, and gives you much more screen to body ratio. You're watching India Today Tech, I'm Rahul Sethi, and let's unbox the Vivo V11 Pro, the latest phone to come with a similar design, and let's take a look at its very interesting design elements also afterwards. So this is the box the Vivo V11 Pro comes in, and you can clearly see the drop style notch here made on the phone. There are no detailed specs written at the back, but there are some major things mentioned here. The phone comes with an in-display fingerprint scanner, it has a full view display, and there is a dual pixel camera at the back. The phone has 6GB of RAM. Whenever you want to know the full specs, so let's quickly unbox the phone and we'll take a look at them in the detail. Quickly open the box to find out what's inside. There is a cover at the foremost. Inside the cover there are some product specification leaflets. Let's pull it out, and here it is. So all the full specs are written here, and what we were looking for if you want to know the SAR values, the battery capacity, front and rear cameras, but still some of them are missing, so let's view them in a detailed manner later. There is a SIM ejector tool, then there is a warranty information guide that you might want to read. There is a cover inside the box that is a clear case, not a solid one, and then there is the phone itself. Let's lift it using this ear and pull it out. So okay, this looks very similar to what we saw on the previous Vivo phones, but there is a dual tone finish to the back, slightly bluish at the bottom and gets black as you go on top. Looks like a drink made from two different viscous liquids. Quite nice looking. The cameras are on to the left, LED flash at the bottom, but the phone itself is quite thin and light, has curves all around. The back is also pretty nicely curved, and it's very thin for a phone having a more than 6-inch display. Let's take a look at the other box contents and we'll come back to the phone. Now first up, there is a travel adapter that has a 2 ampere of output rating and 9 volt of output voltage, which makes it an 18 watt fast charger, which is quite nice. But what's not nice is the phone still comes with a Type-C USB port and a Type-C USB cable to charge the phone or transfer the data. Next, there are very iPhone style earphones, white in color, good quality nonetheless, and there's also a remote that has a single button and a microphone. There are no volume controls. So done with the unboxing, let's quickly take a look at the ports you get on the phone. At the bottom you'll see there's a micro USB port with a single speaker, primary microphone and a headphone jack. At the top you get the secondary microphone for noise cancellation, and the volume button and the lock button are both placed on the same side and are quite tactile as well. Next, the phone has a triple slot which gives you an area to expand the storage and add 2 SIM cards as well simultaneously. The V11 Pro comes with a 6.41-inch Super AMOLED panel that has Full HD Plus resolution, a 19.5:9 aspect ratio, and almost 85% screen to body ratio. It runs Snapdragon 660 under the hood with 6GB of RAM and 128GB of storage, which is also expandable via microSD card. The phone runs Android 8.1 Oreo and has a layer of FunTouch UI on top. The cameras on the rear include a 12 megapixel and a 5 megapixel sensor. The main sensor uses a dual pixel technology, has face detection autofocus and HDR. At front there is a 24 megapixel shooter. Features on the phone include an under-display fingerprint scanner, an IR-based facial recognition system, and VOOC fast charging system that is supplied with a 20-watt adapter. So set up the smartphone, and the first thing you'll notice is that the phone has a lot of screen for the front area. Of course, the notch is smaller now, and you feel as if the display is almost nearly fully bezel-less. Now of course there are some arrangements done to achieve this design, and the first is that the earpiece is shifted to area between the display and the phone body. The ambient light and the proximity sensors are placed below the display on the left side. So they are of course present on the phone, and if you'll see, the phone has an auto brightness sensor, and the proximity sensor also works pretty fine. Though it's slightly slow, it works most of the times nonetheless. But that is not really the most innovative feature on the phone. You'll find out that a more interesting thing is that the phone also contains IR sensors. So for face recognition, the Vivo V11 Pro uses infrared illuminator that detects the face in very tricky lighting situations as well. And the face recognition is also quite fast on the phone. So it doesn't even take a second probably for the phone to recognize the face and open. And this works even in low light situations. I mean, even in pitch dark conditions, the phone would unlock with face recognition. Even in bright sunlight conditions, we have seen that this works. Also, you'll probably use the face recognition more than the fingerprint because it's pretty fast and very convenient. This is one of the few rare instances where you would want to use face recognition instead of fingerprint scanning to unlock the phone. So the design of the phone, at least from the front, looks quite great. It's almost fully bezel-less, though the build quality of the phone is not that great. You'll see it's fully made out of plastic. The back is curved slightly, but still fully made out of plastic and doesn't have that great in-hand feel of a metal and glass design or a fully metal unibody phone. But yes, the ergonomics are quite nice. The back is fully curved. The phone is lightweight and you can easily grip it in one hand without any problems. Now let's move on to the display on the phone. It's an AMOLED panel, quite bright and does have punchy colors as you would see in the interface. Let's run a YouTube video and take a look at the color reproduction. So the Vivo V11 Pro has a Super AMOLED panel which has quite good brightness levels. You'll see the phone has a 19:9 aspect ratio and you don't need to stretch the YouTube video to fill the screen. It already adjusts to the screen's aspect ratio. And also the color reproduction on the phone is quite nice. It's very punchy, though not as good as the IPS panels that have more accurate color reproduction, but the V11 Pro's screen also reproduces some punchy colors. If you like eye-popping screens, the Vivo V11 Pro's display would look nice to you. Talking about the interface, the V11 Pro uses Vivo's own skin on top of the Android 8.1 Oreo, and you'll see there are good level of customizations. You'll see a lot of third-party apps, and if you haven't used the phone already, you'll know the toggle menu comes down from the bottom and all the notifications are placed at the top. There are some new additions to the interface, like there is Vivo's own Jovi AI assistant, and there are navigation keys as well that replace the bottom keys with gestures, and I found them quite nice and very useful. And then there are regular features you find on a Vivo phone, but overall I would say the interface is not slow. You'll see app launches are quite fast, though there is a kind of animation to the app loading. It does have a slight animation to it compared to stock Android interface, but the launch is not slow, and also the multitasking, which is also quite fast. The phone packs a small battery and which powers a big screen, so the battery backup may not be very good, but that Vivo makes up with the fast charging, as the phone charges pretty quickly. It charges from 20% to 90% within a span of half an hour, which is amazing. So far in our usage, you think that the camera on the phone is a mixed bag. In most good light situations, it captures decent photos with very close to accurate color reproduction. But in landscape shots, you will see the details don't come out well and there is visible graininess. But the phone has dual pixel sensor, and the two advantages of that are clearly visible. First is you get very clear and sharp photos in low light conditions as well. And second, the autofocus on the phone is very fast. This is similar to what Samsung uses in its flagship devices. On the contrary, the front camera captures tremendous amount of details, but it does a lot of beautifying, even with the beauty mode off, which I didn't like. So in terms of design, the Vivo V11 Pro does a great job. Though it's not made out of metal, it's not very solid or sturdy, but it's quite a lightweight and ergonomic smartphone. Though it may not be the most powerful phone you can get at this price point, especially after phones like Honor Play and the Poco F1 from Xiaomi pack a very high-end chipset. Do let us know your thoughts on the Vivo V11 Pro in the comment section below, and if you like this video, hit the thumbs up button and share it with your friends. Subscribe to our channel to get latest videos on smartphones and other gadgets like this. Thank you for watching.